without access to this data, lots of these features outright wouldn't be able to exist. So the process is like 100 times easier. Like anyone can now create a strategy just by describing it. Take a deep breath and go a little slower. Things like that, just to make the platform more suitable for traders that are active, every single day.
And we're back with another data to traction episode where we're talking to fintech startups that use EODHD data about secrets of their launch and growth. And we have a really interesting guest today. He is the founder of the AI-powered algorithmic trading platform, NexusTrade. Let's go.
Hey, Austin, how are you?
Hi,
Hello.
Austin.
Hi, I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Good.
We're good.
Thanks for joining today.
Absolutely. Where are y'all based?
France, and Cristal is in Argentina. So we're
Awesome.
Where are you?
Amazing.
Are you based in the US?
I am. I'm based in Austin, Texas.
Oh,
Oh,
same
amazing.
as your name.
Exactly.
Yay.
So we are introducing the whiz behind NexusTrade. He's the architect, developer, marketer, and CEO, Austin Starks.
Yay.
So Austin, can you please introduce a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what your platform does?
Absolutely. So, my name is Austin. I'm a software engineer and an algorithmic trader, and I really started NexusTrade as a side project when I was getting my master's from Carnegie Mellon. It kind of evolved a lot over time, especially after large language models were released, integrated a bunch of AI features, and now, thanks to EODHD, I built a lightning fast, accurate algorithmic trading platform that can create trading strategies using natural language. So I'm very excited to chat with you guys about it.
Perfect.
Amazing.
And how did you come up with this idea? You say you were just a student when you started, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So I really wanted a platform for myself. I was a trader. I would trade using Robinhood, and it was really hard to execute all of my ideas in my head manually, trying to click buttons on an app. I thought that there must have been a better way, but there really wasn't. All the existing platforms that existed, they were either you couldn't actually express real trading logic, or you had a huge barrier to entry. So, for example, platforms like QuantConnect, you had to know how to code. You had to be a rather proficient software engineer. You had to learn their ecosystem, and so you spend a lot more time learning their platform-specific technology than you did actually creating trading strategies. So when I was getting my master's, I decided to build it, it for myself, a very small version, and then I posted about it a little bit online, and I got a little bit of traction. So I decided to just keep going, and over time, it's kind of evolved to this massive, platform.
That's so cool. Does it mean that you got your first users by posting your development journey online?
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what happened. So, I posted a lot of my journey on Reddit and on Medium. And then, that's honestly where the vast majority of my users come from, even now to this day. I just posted my journey, posted what I was doing and why I was doing it. And people found it interesting and tried it out for themselves.
Oh, that's amazing. So you got your first users using social media completely for free, I guess, just by showcasing your.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think a good tip for startups, just to be open about what you're doing and share it with others. That's amazing. And where along the way did you find EODHD? How did it happen?
Yeah, so one of the features that I wanted to implement was using fundamental data for the trading strategies. Lots of platforms say, oh, I want to look at a stock's moving average price or its RSI, but I also wanted to incorporate other types of indicators into my platform. And I tried other, vendors, but there were issues with them. For example, the data quality may not have been super high, or the range may not have been super good. And so with my research, I found EODHD, and I honestly found it perfect for my use case. Not only did it have fundamental data, but it also had other types of data sets that were perfect for me. For example, it has a data set for what stocks were in the S&P 500 and how that changed over time. It has historical price data, and then combining all the different endpoints, you can actually create a very, very large data set using EODHD. One of the cool features is I combined EODHD's historical their net income, their common stock shares outstanding, and then I combine it with price, and I compute my own data. So I compute market cap, I compute earnings per share, I compute all those values solely using EODHD. So it's been a huge help to make my platform just express a much larger array of trading ideas.
Amazing.
Great. And can you describe specifically like one or two key features that your users love most and the kind of data from us that you rely on to deliver these features?
Absolutely. So one of the features that they love is the AI chat. And so basically with the AI chat, you can perform two things. You can do like financial research and you can create algorithmic trading strategies. So with financial research, basically user can say, oh, what AI stocks have the highest market cap, or what biotech stocks were profitable every quarter for the past 4 quarters. And the AI would transform that sentence, do some transformation behind the scene and then fetch data from EODHD. And then it would basically format, the list of stocks that conform to the user's criteria. So it's like, it's like a natural language stock screener. You don't have to worry about clicking buttons or anything like that. All you have to do is just describe what stocks you're looking for, and the AI will fetch it for you. And then the second thing is, like I briefly mentioned before, is algorithmic trading. So you can describe your trading strategy in natural language. Like, I want to buy Apple anytime its price is below its 30-day average price. So I want to rebalance this portfolio of 40 stocks every 2 weeks, weighted by their market cap. And the AI will create a trading strategy with that configuration. And then you can backtest it. You can optimize it using like genetic algorithms, and you can deploy those strategies live to the market.
Sounds amazing. Yeah. How did you develop it? Like, I know that AI is kind of a buzzword for the past couple of years, and it might help a little bit with the SEO as well, because people just search something AI related. Did it help you?
Oh, absolutely. I think that was the turning point of how users started using the platform. Before the AI integration, you can see my user graph was very, very, very flat, like a very small linear line. Then once I started integrating AI features into it, the line kind of went like this, like it went exponential. Like, it made using the platform a lot easier, because before AI, you just had to like configure their strategies using this giant, unwieldy like form fields, and like configure all the different rules, all the different timestamps, and all the different assets. And it took a while to create one trading strategy. And because of AI, now you can literally just describe your strategy in natural language, and the AI creates it for you. So the process is like 100 times easier. Like, anyone can now create a strategy just by describing it.
Oh, that's true. Finance is such a complicated field. Coming from the people that sell financial data, it's hard. It's hard to navigate, and not a lot of people can manage this. But I think it's a good tip that AI can help in case you work in a very complicated sphere.
Yeah, exactly. Because of AI, you can focus on the things that actually matter. Like, you don't have to, you can focus on like, what stocks do I want to, that are actually good candidates to buy? What trading ideas actually, show some promising results. And you don't have to worry about things like, oh, how do I code up this trading strategy? What buttons do I click on this UI? That's a complete seismic shift in how a data-driven investor can approach the markets.
Mm. True. Does it mean that you feed all the data that you get from EODHD to the AI to analyze, or you use any specific feeds?
Yeah, why I do feed data into EODHD. I feed basically the process of how it works is, for example, with the AI stock screener, it generates a query to fetch data from EODHD, and then feeds that into the AI. But it's not like the case where we're basically like training an AI model using the data from EODHD. It's more like we basically fetch the data we need when we kind of need it. But it's not like a giant training process using your data.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds cost effective in terms of API calls and
Oh yeah. You get exactly what data you need when you need it.
Yeah, that's true. And how would you describe your overall experience with EODHD from onboarding the current stage?
It's honestly been great. For one, the API is really good. Documentation is really good. It's very, very easy to actually be productive once you create an API key. There's lots of examples. You can just copy paste the commands they give you, and it's just really, really easy to integrate with it. And then on the rare chance there are like issues or anything that happens, you can just email the support team and they get back to you always within the day. Like, they're very, very fast. I'm very glad I went with this provider to power my platform.
Yeah, it helps that we're all over the world as well, because then 24 hours, someone's awake. Yeah. So in terms of like growth, in what ways did EODHD specifically like affect your business overall? And have you seen any measurable results since working with us, whether this is with reduced costs or better uptime time or just like happier clients? Tell me
For
more.
sure, yeah. So because of EODHD, a lot of the features that I've implemented, are actually possible. The AI stock screener, a deep research tool, lots like the data makes it so it turns from just like, oh, what stocks, are at a certain price below the moving average and things like that, to an actual data-driven platform we can perform real research. I haven't accumulated statistics on like how many users are actually, what they think, but I do think it helps differentiate the platform between other types of algorithmic trading platforms.
Cool.
That sounds like an amazing journey. What are your next steps as a company?
Within the past week, I basically released a change that made my backtesting system like 99% faster. And so I'm going to basically, now that my system is like literally you can launch a backtest will finish in the blink of an eye. So now I have lots of different new features on the roadmap. Like I'm going to try to create like an optimization framework for creating novel trading ideas. I'm going to implement intraday backtesting and live trading. So instead of just trading on like the 30-day moving average, you can trade on the 30-minute moving average. Things like that, just to make the platform more suitable for traders that are active, every single day.
That's true. Do you see using any new data feeds or maybe markets to support this?
Oh, for sure. One of the data feeds I want to look to see how the intraday data feeds from EODHD are, if they're any good, and then I'm also going to be computing a lot more indicators using the data. So like I'll use like EODHD's like earnings endpoint and then take the intraday price and compute like market cap, for example. So I'm excited to see what use cases I can unlock because of this.
That's amazing. Sometimes I think of the data as, bricks that you use to build the house, because
Absolutely.
you can them and build something completely new. And so data is just like, it helps you to create new things and even new features for your app, so which is really
absolutely cool. Data is kind of like, it's like oil, it runs the machines behind these important features. Without access to this data, lots of these features outright wouldn't be able to exist.
That's true.
Nice. And kind of just like thinking back on your journey from when you started the company and now, and you have all of these like exciting new things that's about to be happening. What's one piece of advice that you could give to your younger self when you were first starting up your startup?
I think the biggest piece of advice is don't be afraid to take a deep breath and go a little slower. You go on social media and everyone on social media makes $1 million a month in 90 days. Like everything's sliding fast, and so when you consume that type of content and you're not moving as fast as what you see there, you might think you're not doing a good job. But like I think I would tell myself to just like slow down and enjoy the journey. Don't worry about trying to grow ridiculously fast, or maybe your user count started to decrease a little bit 1 week. Like don't worry about things like that. Honestly, just focus on doing what you like to do, which is building a high quality software system. And then I think once you do that and you share what you build, I think the results will kind of just come. You don't have to worry too much about trying to go as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like the best things in life come once you have the discipline and the right amount of time. You're just doing your thing and just patiently waiting for the results. Sometimes it's hard. Works.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard journey no matter what, but like if you just kind of slow down and enjoy it day by day, I think it becomes a lot easier and more fun.
That's true.
It's kind of like that saying, when people say that overnight successes is just when luck and preparation meet, like the point
exactly.
It's true.
Is there something else that you want to add about EODHD or any other advice that you might have for startups that just starting out?
If you're just starting out, I think the biggest thing you should do is like start implementing features one small feature at a time. Focus on a specific problem that you're trying to solve and then solve that particular problem. Get feedback, see how it works, and then iterate day by day. You don't need to implement you don't need to build the entire house before anyone wants to live in it. Maybe try to get someone who wants to buy the house first before going all the way through with it. That's probably my one big piece of advice.
That's true. We talk a lot with startups, and many of them take, years to develop something before they actually show it to market. And I think your advice here, it's amazing because you need to test the market first and then kind of iterate and slowly change the product in the right direction, because you never know what users actually want until you talk to them and see their behavior.
Exactly.
Amazing. I think we're done with our questions. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Unless, Christelle, you have something else?
No, so good.
Awesome.
Fun interview.
Well, yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It's really fun doing this.
Yes, thank you for joining and participating. We'll show you the draft of the use case interview and video before publishing, of course. So if you have any corrections, we'll be there to do that.
Awesome. Awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Meet you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.